Welcome to another episode of Real Estate in Kenya. My name is Sarah Wahogo, CEO at Username Investment Limited. Today's topic is the process of due diligence in Kenya. Due diligence is the process of investigating and inspecting a property in readiness for purchase. I mean, you need to investigate the title to ensure that the title is valid for purchase. To inspect is to inspect the physical conditions of the property to ensure that it's also valid for purchase. And maybe just before I proceed, I want to say that the reason why we usually encourage people or investors to purchase land through companies is because the due diligence process is very, very lengthy. And when you purchase from a company, the company takes responsibility of this process and ensures that all these activities are actually undertaken. And most important, the company also takes responsibility and accountability in case anything goes south in the future. What does this process look like? So I just want us to start from where an investor or an interested purchaser starts the process. And this is where someone learns that there is a property that is up for sale through whichever channel. It could be that you've seen us on social media. It could be that someone has told you that someone is offering their property for sale and you get interested. So when you get interested, the first thing is just to do a technical site visit. Just to confirm that you like the location or that is the location that you have always wanted to purchase a property. Once you like the location, that is where now the process starts. Because after that, you ask for the documentation from the vendor. And at this point, what you get is copies of the documentation. Nobody will give you original documents at this point. You get copies, then you can start the due diligence process. So number one is a background search of the property vendor. A vendor could be a company, could be an individual or a chama or group of people. So what do you need? Assuming a vendor is an individual, you need to confirm that the name that appears on the title deed is the same name that appears in the ID. And there are ways of just confirming the ID number through the ID checker. You need to confirm the PIN of this person, and you also have other avenues like eCitizen where you can confirm the identity of this person. You also need to just ensure that the names on the title deed are the names that appear on the PIN, on the ID, just to ensure that you're buying from the rightful owner of the property. Assuming that the vendor is a company, then you need to just confirm the CR12. You need to confirm the directors. Please don't buy a property from a company that doesn't have a physical office. And most important, check the reviews. These days there are so many reviews online. You can be able to know what people think about this organization. So for chamas and joint ownership, where vendors are joint owners, then the process same to that one of an individual applies. Number two, you need to visit the property. So the first time you visited the property was just to confirm that actually this is the location you would want to own a property. But this second visit is very important because this is the visit where you speak to the neighbors so that you just get to understand the history of this parcel, because many times you know that neighbors know if there has been an issue, if there has been a case, with this parcel. If possible, please ensure that you also get to speak to the area chief. And this is because most of the land issues or most of the issues in villages or in specific areas are forwarded through the chiefs. So there's no way that a chief would be unaware of a specific matter that touched on that specific parcel. That visit is extremely important. Number 3, engage a lawyer to ensure you sign the legal documents. And remember, initially I said that if you can be able to buy land through a company, the better, because most of these things, and an example is that when you go to the point of the land registries, only lawyers are allowed by the land registrars to peruse the green cards. So if you're not a lawyer, of course you need to engage a lawyer, and that is why we are saying that you need to engage a lawyer. A lawyer will do a land search. Although a title search can be done by an individual, it's important that it's done by a professional, because these are people who are experts in these areas. So green card search, a lawyer will assist you to do that. As an individual, you may not be able to do this, and that is why it's very critical for you to engage a lawyer. So lawyers will also ensure that your documentation is actually checked, just to ensure that they are correct and that they are valid and that they are legal. And when a lawyer is handling your transaction, they also go through the offer letter, they go through the sales agreement. That is after purchase. You know, when you already now say that I really I'm committed, or I want to purchase this property. But before that, they will ensure that your documentation is correct, it's valid, it's legal. They will confirm for you all these things. Once you engage a lawyer, because this is now what we call the legal due diligence, it's important also to do a survey due diligence. This ensures that you confirm the boundaries of this parcel. And I know most people ignore this process, and later on they get into boundary disputes. So it's very important that after you do your legal due diligence, you do a surveyor's due diligence that confirms the size of the property, that the corner beacons are present, that there is no boundary issue. And if there was a boundary issue, it has been rectified. And it's important to do the legal due diligence before the surveyor's due diligence, because if the legal due diligence fails, then you will not have to spend money on the surveyor's due diligence. So start with the legal due diligence, then the surveyor's due diligence. So you should be able to confirm the laws and regulations, you know, through the lawyer. Is it leasehold? Is it freehold? We have talked in details about these different land tenures. Confirm, the surveyor will be able to confirm for you the property boundaries. And if you are purchasing a property for resale, familiarize yourself with the market. The lawyer should also be able to confirm the government fees. This is greatly determined by the tenure of the land, whether it's freehold, leasehold, and then now the stamp duty also applies based on the tenure. Thank you for tuning in. Feel free to share your feedback or comments in the comment section. See you in our next episode.